morning, everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank AIOS for giving this opportunity. I'll be presenting our study on super-selective triple drug intra-arterial chemotherapy in retinoblastoma. We have no financial interest. The management of retinoblastoma has been evolving from enucleation as the only option for life salvage in the 1970s to the introduction of EBRT as a means for eye salvage. Intravenous chemotherapy, along with focal therapy, has been the treatment of choice for the past several years, even as intra-arterial chemotherapy entered the arena as a game changer. In our study, we have used super-selective ophthalmic artery chemotherapy as described by Gobin. Several studies have used melphalan, topotecan, and carboplatin, either alone or in combination with variable outcomes and complications. While reviewing the published articles with large sample size, we observed limitations like asymmetry in drug utilization in different groups along with higher number of IAC cycles. We assessed the efficacy and safety of superselective IAC with a 3-drug combination. Primary outcome measures were life and eye salvage. Tumor response and complications were secondary outcome parameters. This was a retrospective interventional case series with 145 eyes of 112 consecutive patients treated between 2013 to 2019. During the study period, we had 1,300 number of patients in the active treatment, and out of them, 112 patients who received triple drug superselective IAC were included in the study. IAC was advised as primary for naive treatment or as a secondary therapy for refractory or recurrent tumor. The exclusion criteria are enlisted. Our group received topotecan, carboplatin, and melphalan, and doses were decided as per the age of the child. Melphalan is prepared and administered as the last drug owing to its shorter shelf life. 3 cycles were administered every 4-week interval. The procedure was performed by a skilled neurointerventional radiologist. The ipsilateral carotid artery is catheterized by a transfemoral approach and the ostium of the ophthalmic artery is identified. Each drug, diluted to 30 ml, is injected in a pulsatile manner over 30 minutes to prevent the drug lamination and loss to the peripheral tributaries. At the end, vascular patency was ensured. Coming to our results, 94 cases were unilateral, the mean age was 23 months, and the follow-up was 42 months. 63% of the primarily treated with IAC, the remaining 37% received secondary IAC following failure to intravenous chemotherapy. Majority of our patients who received primary IAC belonged to group D and E. For group B tumors, there was 100% eye salvage and tumor regression. Similarly, there was complete tumor regression in all the 16 patients with group C. 2 of them had recurrence of focal subretinal seeds, which were treated successfully with TTT. For group D, eye salvage was 92%, with 48% achieving complete tumor regression. The remaining with partial response were treated with intravenous chemotherapy, intravitreal injections, or the plaque brachytherapy. 5 eyes had to be enucleated for no response or recurrence. Eye salvage was 54% for group E eyes, with only 4 eyes showing complete regression after IAC. Others needed intravenous chemotherapy, plaque brachytherapy, or TTT. Of the 19 eyes that were enucleated, 5 were for no response to chemotherapy and 14 were for the tumor recurrence. 53 eyes were treated with secondary IAC at an interval of 6 to 18 months from intravenous chemotherapy. 96% of the eyes could be salvaged, and 2 eyes which had to be enucleated had no response. Kaplan-Meier analysis for 5-year enucleation-free survival was 73% overall, 85% for group D, and 53% for group E eyes. Life salvage was 100% in our series. Complications were seen in only 11 patients, and majority of these were transient and reversible, except 1 case with ophthalmic artery spasm. When comparing with other large series using single or 2 drug for IAC, our triple drug combination had better enucleation-free survival for all the groups of retinoblastoma. Compared to other large series, our study of triple drug IAC, both in primary and secondary, shows a better eye salvage with fewer number of cycles with longer duration of follow-up. Complications were minimal with no long-term consequence as compared to melphalan alone or melphalan combined with topotecan. It is evident that even secondary IAC with triple drug regime give us superior results of globe salvage. To summarize, our study shows encouraging long-term results in large sample of patients with protocol-based triple drug superselective IAC for 3 cycles in both primary and secondary IAC with globe salvage of 92 to 100% in group B, C, and D, and promising results in group E eyes. The complications are few and reversible. Our study had certain inherent limitations of a retrospective study. ERG to assess the retinal function was not done. These were my references. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ankita. May I request our judges if they have any question?
Nice presentation, Dr. Astoria.
Thank you, sir.
Any systemic side effects you have with intra-arterial chemotherapy?
No, sir, we didn't had any systemic side effects.
No neutropenia, nothing.
Sir, those are all transient, and none of the child were, needed to admit and immediately. Most like 1 or 2 cases needed GSF. That's it. Rest of the none of the child had any severe neutropenia or anything like that.
So, do you recommend ISC for Group B and C also?
Yes, ma'am. We do recommend. It's mainly in India because of the financial issue we are unable to do. But if ISC, definitely we will have a first preference of ISC to give all these children.
Did you encounter any RP changes, RP attenuation post ISC?
Yes, ma'am. There were 3 cases.
That is the main cause of loss of vision in these patients.
That's what. Yeah, that there were 3 cases, but since we were unable to do ERG in our study, that was our limitation also. So we were not able to assess that how many children had actually decreased vision because of RP changes.
Thank you so much, Dr.